Voices for Civil Justice got started because we saw that most people have little awareness of what civil legal aid is or why it matters. And one of the confusions has to do with the distinction between criminal cases and civil cases. So in the domestic violence situation, for example, if you're the person charged with the crime of abusing a loved one or spouse, you would have a right to counsel because you're charged with a crime, and that lawyer's job would be to help defend you and defend your liberty. If you're the person who's been abused, however, you don't have a right to counsel in the civil case that would get you a protective order or get you out of your house and into another home with child support and child custody. Those are all civil matters, and in those cases there's no right to counsel. So civil legal aid is what helps on that side. It exists. It's a important strategy for helping those people, but there's no right to it, and the resources for it are grossly inadequate. We define civil legal aid quite broadly. It is a combination of services and resources that help people navigate complicated court proceedings and protect their families and their homes and their livelihoods. So civil legal aid really ensures fairness for all in the justice system, not just the few who can afford it. Americans are excluded from justice every day, and one of the big barriers is financial. 1 in 5 Americans is eligible because of low income for civil legal aid, and yet civil legal aid programs are having to turn away 2 out of 3 eligible people because of a lack of resources. Another big barrier has to do with complicated court proceedings that make it difficult for people to help themselves. And that's important because today, in 80% to 90% of cases filed in the civil courts, people are going it alone without a lawyer. Voices for Civil Justice rests on 2 pillars. On the one hand is our story placement with the media, our bringing of stories to the attention of reporters, answering their requests. On the other side, the other pillar is our network of 500 members. We have built that network to be the resource for the stories. They really provide all of the fodder from every state in the country on whatever issue we're working on. So that network consists of civil legal aid programs and lawyers, yes, but in addition to that, it's judges and court officials, it's pro bono lawyers in private law firms, it's business and community leaders who are able to be spokespeople for the importance of civil legal aid in their local communities. People don't know that that civil legal aid even exists. And just as importantly, they don't know what civil legal aid is doing to help the situation and why it's such an important strategy for addressing the current issues that our country is addressing. Whether it's access to health care or domestic violence, whether it's income inequality or affordable housing, civil legal aid lawyers are on the front lines providing help and being part of the solution, and yet they aren't part of the story in the media. So what I'm most proud of about what Voices for Civil Justice is doing is that we are putting civil legal aid into the national conversation where it rightly belongs.